Thank you. We're going to move on to another topic that has been around for a number of years. That is shared parenting, Senate Bill 74. What is your position regarding shared parenting, Senate Bill 74? Representative Mickelson.
I did take the time to listen to the testimony when this bill came through the committee because I knew it was going to be kind of a difficult issue. And here's what I understood the testimony to tell us. There had been, the state bar had not been on the same page as the folks that were lobbying for shared parenting. And my understanding of the issue is today, under current law, if there's a divorce that is adversarial, the most common de facto position is one parent ends up as the custodial parent 4 days a week with the other child. This bill would change the presumption to shared parenting, but take into consideration a variety of factors so that they may move away from that presumption based on those factors. And importantly, child support doesn't change based on what the custody is, I think. So that takes some of the money out of that. I would say I'm looking at that bill. Based on the testimony that I heard at the committee, I would be inclined to support it.
All right, we will go to Senator Krebs and then Representative Erickson.
This is another perfect example of compromise. We every year have issues that come back, sometimes year after year, and is maybe not is unsuccessful. And we ask those parties that are involved to go back and gather at the table and work it out. And again, this is where the State Bar Association was opposed in the past, but they came together with the parties that were involved. And you can see that it sailed through the Judiciary Committee unopposed and through the Senate floor this last week unopposed as well.
All right, we will move to Representative Erickson and then Senator Heineman.
Thank you. Excuse me. I am a co-sponsor on this and have been last year. This is a very sensitive topic with a lot of emotion behind it. I am in support of shared parenting. Unfortunately, divorce is nasty. It's not a good situation, but at the end of the day, we need to protect the children to make sure that we're doing what's best for them. Oftentimes, it's not shared parenting. However, we need to encourage and develop the idea that shared parenting can work when it is enforced by the courts. So what this bill does is it encourages parents to work together. It also, if shared parenting is not awarded, they do have to report why it's not. Research clearly shows that children that have both parents in their lives tend to thrive in education, in the community. They stay out of the jails. And if we can impact that in a positive way, I think that we should be doing that. So I am in full support of this bill and think that this was a good compromise and a good starting point.
All right, Senator Heineman.
Thank you. You know, I really have to compliment Senator Dan Lederman, who has been working on this issue with many, both men and women, both moms and dads on this issue for years. It in past years was very contentious. Again, as previous speakers have mentioned, the art of compromise is marvelous when both sides, and I think that the people who have really been proposing this law don't feel that it's a huge change, but they feel like it's a good step. So to come out of committee and to come off the floor without any opposition is really very amazing. A couple of things in this bill that I think that were important. If you get a chance to ever read through it, it really gives the court some specific factors that they will use in determining the best interests of the child. And the other piece that I think has been important, I know, to some of the parents in the past, is that the court then will make a written finding of fact. I know I had visited with a parent in the past who was so frustrated that the court had made the decision and he didn't ever know based on what. And so this written finding of fact, I think, is going to be important for people as well. So again, it's just one of those things that shows that sometimes legislation doesn't get passed the first time or the second time, and it just needs to have people that keep talking and keep meeting to come to a good solution.
Thank you. Representative Soley.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I've only been in the legislature a year, but there was a bill last year that I had trouble supporting, even though I'm very much in favor of shared parenting on many levels. I'm a step-parent myself. But some of the issues related to domestic abuse and the assumption that one of the, both parents are equally fit to start with, when that hasn't been looked into was the problem of the prior bill. And it looks as if, as people have said, some things have been worked out and the courts have been given a pretty good roadmap. If you have an opinion on this or a thought, please let me know. But at the moment, I'm leaning in favor of supporting it this time around. Thank you.
All right. We will move on to the next question, dealing with use of